while you finish that one up and try and do this one. Okay, so I've got another rational expression. I do not need long division. I'm going to look at a distinct linear factor. Here's an irreducible quadratic factor, but it's being squared. So what I'm going to need to do is rewrite the integrand as something over my distinct linear factor plus a linear expression over my irreducible quadratic plus another linear expression over my irreducible quadratic squared. And of course, if this was cubed, then I would need another one and then cubed. So I have actually 5 variables here. So now I multiply both sides by the LCD. I get a 1 equals. Now, when I multiply this times this, the only thing that cancels is the x. So I'm left with the a and the x squared plus 4 squared. When I multiply this by this, my bx plus c is still there. The x is still there because nothing canceled it. And one of these factors cancels with one of those, but I'm still left with a single factor. And then when I go to the last one, my dx plus e, the distinct linear factor, or the irreducible quadratic factor squared cancels. I'm just left with the x. And now I have to clean this up. So I'm going to FOIL this out and then multiply by a. So I get ax squared. And then I'll have plus 8ax. Sorry, that should be x to the 4th. Then 8ax squared, and then plus 16a. So if you multiply this out and collect like terms and then distribute with an a, you should get this. And over here, let me see. I'm going to multiply this times this, this times this, this times this, this times this, figure out what that is, and then pass an x through all of those. So I have bx times x squared is bx cubed, then times x. So bx to the 4th. Bx times 4 is going to be 4bx, but then I have another x, so 4bx squared. And then c times x squared is cx squared, but then times another x is cx cubed. Then c times 4 is 4c, but then times x. All right, and now just an x through here. Dx squared plus ex. What a mess. Collecting like terms. So I have an x to the 4th here, x to the 4th here. So I look at the coefficients, I have a plus b. Factor out the x to the 4th. X cubes, let's see, I only have one of them. So plus cx cubed. And so I've got that, got that, got that. My x squareds, I've got x squared here, got x squared here, got x squared here. And so I've got 8a plus 4b plus d x squared. So I've got those. Now x's, let's see, I've got that x term and this x term. So plus 4c plus e x. And then that takes care of this and this. And the last thing I have is plus 16a. All right, so finally, I need to match up the coefficients. Notice that I don't have any x terms over here. So all of these coefficients, talking about this, 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 and this, those are all equal to 0. And the last one, 16a, has to match up with 1. So I have a system of equations now. You're going to have 5 equations, 5 unknown variables. Okay, the first one, a plus b must equal 0, leaving room for my c, d, and e. Second equation, c by itself must be 0. That's nice. Next equation, 8a plus 4b plus d must also equal 0. And then this one, 4c plus e must be 0. And then finally, last one, 16a must equal 1. Great. Okay, so the last equation, I know that a is 1/16. So I know what a is. Actually, from this equation right here, I know that c is 0. That's good. From the first equation, I know that a is 1/16. So if I plug in 1/16 here and then move it to the other side, I know that b is negative 1/16. So I've got a, b, and c. I can get, let me get this one first, e here. I know c is 0. So if c is 0, that means e is 0. So I know e is 0. And d is the only one I have left. So I'm going to take this equation right here, and let me write this out. I'll put it right here. How's it going?
Good.
Good. Give me just a minute. I'm going to try and finish this one up. All right. So I have that 8 times a, so 8 times 1/16 plus 4 times b, but b is negative 1/16, plus d must equal 0. So this is going to be 1/2, then minus 1/4 plus d equals 0. This is 1/4 plus d equals 0. So d then is negative 1/4. So I've got a, b, c, d, and e. Now I rewrite the integral to become integral. All right, it was a over my distinct linear factor. So 1/16 over my distinct linear factor plus. Now bx, negative 1/16 x plus c, but plus nothing. So that over my irreducible quadratic. And then plus, it was a, b, c. It was dx, which is negative 1/4 x over, plus e, but e is 0, over my irreducible quadratic squared dx. That's it. All right, so which of these can I integrate? Well, I know that with this one, I can pull the 1/16 out. This is just 1 over x, so 1/16 natural log x is the antiderivative. This one, I'll pull out a negative 1/16. I'm left with x over x squared plus 4. So I can use a basic substitution. U will be this. The derivative of that is up here. We're off by a sign or by a constant. That's okay. The next one, I pull out a negative 1/4 integral, and then got x over the x squared plus 4 squared dx. And again, if I let u be the bottom, derivatives up top, that should work out pretty nice. So let me just work those last two integrals out. They use the same exact substitution for both of these. So u is equal to x squared plus 4. Du is 2x dx. That means 1/2 du is x dx. And so this integral, this first integral, will be integral 1/2 1 over u du. So I'm just talking about this piece right here. This x dx is 1/2 du, which is here. And then it'll have the u on the bottom, so 1 over u. This integral, the only difference is that you're going to have u, instead of just 1 over u, it's 1 over u squared. So the second integral looks like this. So these are pretty simple. This is 1/2 natural log u. And this one right here is negative 1/2 u to the negative 1, which is the same as negative 1 over 2u. So we've done that hundreds of times now. So we should get as a final answer, let's see here, 1/16 natural log x minus 1/16 times, where is it? This one. So that's going to become a minus 1 over 32 natural log of u, but u was x squared plus 4. And then we have negative 1/4 times this. Negative times negative is positive. And so we get positive 1/8. And then 1 over u, but u is x squared plus 4. It's multiplication plus c. That should be it. Got to check. .3, number 31. 1/16 natural log x minus 1/32 natural log x squared plus 4. And then plus 1/8. Yep. Okay, that's it. Anybody here have a question? Yeah.
I just wanted to go over the ones we missed on the exam.
Sure. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I got it back yesterday, but I just got done taking my organic chemistry exam, like right now.
Okay.
It's